Guys, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending where you're watching this video from and the time you're gonna see this video. I remember my humble self, the icon. If you're coming across my page and my channel for the first time, I would like you to share my videos, like, comment, and also try to follow me if you're not following me, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that the social media, that YouTube and Facebook, we're gonna recommend my videos to others to watch. Thank you very much as you go ahead to do that. Few days ago, I brought us news that CBN has lift ban on importation of some items, 43 items, which include rice and cement. Since this news emerged, so many reactions have been coming from left, right, and center, some backing them for doing that. Some also not backing them, but I don't know the reason why they are doing so. But for me, one of the items that they included there, that they say that they will be importing from outside to Nigeria, which I don't like, which I think they should exclude that because we can produce that in Nigeria. Even some of the things that they import outside to Nigeria is what we can produce. So it's not that our government don't want to empower people to do that in our country. How can you be importing toothpicks outside Nigeria where we have so many trees in Nigeria where you can cut those things and produce such thing in Nigeria? That's by the way. One of the organization or people that have backed CBN that have backed them from doing such a thing, for removing the bottleneck in importation of the 43 items, which was stopped by the former administration, Emefiele and Buhari. IMF, International Monetary Fund, IMF, backed Central Bank of Nigeria for lifting a ban on importation of, they mention it, toothpicks, cement, and other products. Sit tight as we go deep into this news. The IMF also highlighted that freshly appointed authorities under President Bola Tinubu has launched a number of reforms aimed at improving Nigerians' life. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has backed the Central Bank of Nigeria for lifting limitation on 43 products previously barred from acquiring foreign money at the official window. The IMF also highlighted that freshly appointed authorities under President Bola Tinubu has launched such plans. It was emphasized, however, that the reform may take some time to produce the desired results. In addition, World Bank President Ajay Banga complimented the resourcefulness of Nigerian entrepreneurs in speech he delivered at ongoing World Bank and IMF meeting, stating that he understands their desire to contribute to the advancement of society. Abebe, Director of IMF African Department, reviewed the IMF approval of Nigeria's decision to remove forest restriction on 43 items during a media briefing on regional economic outlook for sub-Saharan Africa at the ongoing IMF World Bank annual meeting. Abe also emphasized the importance of improving tax change in order to increase income production, generate more fiscal space, and lessen the burden of servicing and acquiring loans. On the threat restriction, he was quoted by Arrest News as saying, "The view of IMF is that Nigeria and many other economies are so sophisticated and complex that I don't think that this kind of restriction works. The best way to manage a modern economy is to have fiscal policy leveler and monetary policy leveler to use to affect the kind of policy outcome you want, rather than saying I don't like these goods and so I don't want to I don't want it to come in. That tends to create an unhelpful distortion. Of course, these are tax policies you can also use if you really want to be against certain types of imports. In general, I think the direction the CBN has moved is a helpful one. He said Nigeria debt was sustainable. Just as he said, the country was not in talk with the IMF on debt restructuring. He continued, I am not aware of any debt discussion that are ongoing. Debt profiling or debt restructuring in Nigeria. In Nigeria, the most important cause of the pressure is the fact that the government does not generate enough tax revenue for all the services it needs to provide. Interest payment as a share of revenue is very high and does not leave much room to spend on their issues. That is the key issue that needs to be worked on. Why there is not enough tax revenue, I think the past resilience on oil when prices were high, and secondly the subsidy regime, which also implies and entails a lot of government resources being directed where they should not be. There are all interlinked issues, including causing some of the inflation that you have and the difficulty to tap into the international capital market. That is why the government has had has relied on domestic financing, which of course has crowded out to private sector and put constructing on monetary injection, which has weakened the exchange rates. I think the move the central bank has made recently, they should put it to work. When it puts into work, I think it's a good one, and they should also look into these items. The ones they know that we Nigerians can afford, the one they know that we Nigerians can produce in Nigeria. Let them empower people to do it in Nigeria. That's importing them, because not everything that's supposed to be imported from outside, like this toothpick I just mentioned now. Thank you very much, guys. As I watched up to this end, try to share this video, like it, comment, and follow my page if you're not following me. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that they'll be recommended to others. Thank you very much. We move. I remember humble self, the Eggman, regardless.